Good, happy Thursday morning, April 7, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Thursday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, Stoddard man charged after crash involving school bus. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
A Stoddard man is charged with aggravated DUI after a crash involving a school bus. State troopers say 61-year-old Stephen LaCroix hit the bus carrying 18 students on Route 123 yesterday afternoon. No students were hurt. Before the crash, state police received multiple calls about an out-of-control vehicle that was smoking and appeared to have lost a tire. LaCroix was released on personal recognizance and is due in court next week.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Search to continue Thursday for missing fisherman in Monroe. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
We do have breaking news out of Monroe tonight. The search for a missing fisherman has been suspended. Marine Patrol says 3 men were fishing from Nine Island this afternoon when their boat started to float away. One of them jumped in to stop it, went under the water, and then never came back up. His name has not yet been released. The search will resume in the morning.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dozens of geese found dead in New Hampshire after contracting avian flu. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Don't miss the biggest party of the year. Zach Brown Band out in the middle. Dozens of wild Canada geese found dead near the Bellamy River in Dover over the stretch of several weeks in late February and early March. New Hampshire Fish and Game recovered at least 70 of them, all testing positive for avian flu.
It's not unusual to find different strains of avian influenza, and we've documented that in the past, but this is the first time we've documented a highly pathogenic form.
These cases are not isolated. 2 months ago, officials say 46 mallards in Rockingham County and 3 other ducks in Grafton County also had this strain of the virus. But it's hard to know exactly how many animals have been impacted. Fish and Game is not testing every dead bird.
We know it's in the state. We're more interested in larger die-offs or kind of rare birds that might be being impacted by this, or birds that aren't typically impacted.
Dan Bergeron of Fish and Game says avian flu poses the biggest risk to domestic poultry, and it's best for people to keep their birds separated.
Risk to humans is pretty low. There's been no documented cases in the United States. That's not to say humans can't get it, but in the rare instances where they've seen it, in other parts of the country, it tends to be people who are, routinely working with poultry.
And if you have or see sick birds, Fish and Game says to call the State Department of Agriculture. Those agencies are working closely together on this issue. Reporting live in Concord, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. FDA experts weigh second booster shot for all. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
With new COVID infections on the rise again across much of this country, the CDC already recommending a new booster for Americans 50 and older. But will this soon be for everyone? Here's Eva Pilgrim.
Tonight, with COVID infections climbing again, a panel of FDA experts today weighing whether a second booster shot is needed for all Americans.
We need to continue to focus on the worst case, which is severe disease. I think it's safe to assume that for most people, a booster is in their future. The big question is when and what vaccine will be offered.
It comes just days after the CDC greenlighted a second booster for Americans over 50. Dr. Rochelle Walensky says the people who need that shot now might need another booster before the winter.
We really would encourage people who are over 50 who have underlying medical conditions, those over the age of 65, to go ahead and get that next shot, and also to recognize that they may very well need another shot come the fall.
But vaccine officials today warned time is running out if the government plans a broader booster campaign in September.
There's some urgency to decide which variants should be the target of future vaccines. And that likely has to happen by May if we have a chance of doing a clinical trial that ultimately gets an authorized booster ahead of the surge in the fall.
And that expert panel will meet again as early as May to decide who needs another booster this fall. David?
Next month, that meeting, Eva. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.